The guard's pistol freezes mid-blast, the marble skitters across blood-slicked concrete, and every gasp inside the arena suddenly echoes off a very different chamber, a Seoul courthouse. That's where I'm dragging every killer from Squid Game tonight, straight from neon nightmare to legal reality. South Korea's homicide code is ruthless. 5 years to life, or even the rope that's officially still on the books, though no one's swung from it since 1997. Average conviction? 25 years per life taken. Multiply that by the show's mountain of corpses and the numbers explode past human lifespans. So I'm strapping on a prosecutor's badge, one eye on leaked scripts for seasons 2 and 3, the other on real Korean case law. By the end, you'll see exactly how many centuries each fan favorite would rot, and why the next kill could stack even higher. I've split the story into 8 relentless chapters. Each one slams open with a shock, ends on a cliff, and flings you onward before the echo fades. Ready? Court is now in session. Section 1. The Rulebook of Ruin. Before I sentence a single soul, I need the statute. Korea doesn't label killings first or second degree. If intent is proved, Article 250 hammers down anywhere from 5 years to an indefinite life term. Only perfect self-defense under Article 21 wipes the slate, and courts almost never grant a full pass. They slash years, they rarely erase them. Death sentences technically linger, but the nation's last batch of 23 executions dropped in December 1997. Since then, every condemned prisoner just waits. Sentencing commissions peg a plain homicide around that 25-year midpoint, so that's my baseline. Brutality or masterminding carnage tacks on more. And yes, Korean doctrine of joint principal crime means a puppet master swallows the blood debts of every henchman he commands. Think about that when the front man strolls in later. Laws loaded, gavel cocked. Time to fling our first defendant against the bar. Section 2. Jang Deok-soo, the butcher of Alley 101. I lock eyes with the tattooed brute who swung a glass bottle like a chef's knife. 3 on-screen murders sprawl across his resume. A rival gangster in a rain-soaked alley, a desperate contestant crushed during the cafeteria riot, and poor player 198, stabbed so savagely the shard snapped on bone. That's 75 years right there. But Korean judges slap extra decades for exceptional cruelty, and Deok-soo's bottle frenzy qualifies, add 10. Then there's the blackout brawl where he clocked half the dorm just for breathing his air. Aggravated assault buys him 5 more. 90 years, minimum. Rumor spice? At a Manila fan meet last October, actor Heo Sung-tae teased flashbacks too vicious for broadcast that the Season 2 editors supposedly toned down. If those slices ever reach canon, Deok-soo's ledger might balloon again. Fans gasped. Security whisked him off stage. Brutality's impressive, but orchestrating mass death from a leather chair is even darker and infinitely more punishable. Section 3. Frontman, CEO of Carnage. Black mask, velvet voice, sniper steady trigger finger. Hwang In-ho silenced 3 guards himself. 75 years logged. Yet Korean prosecutors adore Article 30's joint principles. When a commander's orders kill, the commander answers as if he pulled every trigger. Conservative calculation. Tack on an accessory aggravator of 30 extra years. I'm already at 105 before I even glance at the 455 players shot on his watch. Why stop there? Leaked Season 3 interview snippets, briefly posted on a minor Seoul webcast before yanking, claim the frontman will question everything he's built. Redemption arc? Maybe. Sentence reduction? Forget it. Korean law scowls at belated epiphanies. But what happens when a badge infiltrates the island and starts racking up bodies in the name of truth? Section 4. Detective Hwang Jun-ho, hero or hitman? 2 guards fell to Jun-ho's bullets, both mid-brawl in tight corridors. On paper, that's 50 years, but now Article 21 finally flexes. He can argue perfect self-defense, gun pointed at him, no path of retreat. Korean precedents show courts slicing 12-year murder terms down to suspended sentences when force is strictly necessary. I'll meet him halfway. 3 years, likely bargained to time served. Yet rogue cops embarrass prosecutors, and rumor says Seoul's Internal Affairs Bureau would relabel his mission as armed trespass, a felony that can add a straight dozen. Either way, he's tasting concrete. Cliff. If the badge barely squeaks by, imagine the math for a banker who weaponized desperation. Section 5. Chiecho Sang-woo, brains, betrayal, and the price of panic. Sang-woo's polite bow hides 2 dead bodies. He shoved player 117 off a glass pane and slid a shard into Sae-byok's side while Gi-hun slept. That's 50 years. Factor in 3 separate attempted murders, glass bridge elbows, marble mind games, final round pressure gambit, 15 years each, 80 total. And yes, I know he offed himself in the rain. Suicide doesn't erase homicide under Korean doctrine. Families still demand verdicts before insurance or inheritance issues clear. Courts close the file but leave the prison years tallied, an eternal entry in national crime stats. Segue. If Sang-woo is calculus gone wrong, our next arrival is pure chaos in a sharp suit. Section 6. The salesman in the new blood of Season 2. That smiling recruiter flips Didakji tiles, then flips a trigger. One execution of subway stalker Kim Jang-rae equals 25 years. But fandom forums erupt with spotted on-set images suggesting dozens of unseen eliminations via off-screen Russian roulette. I can't count phantoms, so we stick with provable kills, for now. Then enter Kang No-eul, the guard who fires extra rounds to spare corpses from organ harvest. 4 sniper pops during red light, green light hand her 100 years flat. Newest leak? Netflix's Tudum blog confirms Season 3 lands June 27, 2025, fracturing social timelines in the process. Teaser frames show Gi-hun in a crimson trench coat, gun clenched, meaning our former protagonist might soon face charges of his own. Hook. Real blood, though, already stains Netflix's hands, and no fictional verdict can wash it away. Section 7. Beyond the Screen. The Challenge That Hurt January. 2024. A British airfield hangar. Contestants filming Squid Game. The challenge freeze frame through sub-zero, red light, green light for nearly 7 hours. Several walk out with purple fingers, one reports nerve damage, and a London law firm fires off negligence letters. These are civil suits, not murder charges, but they echo the same moral calculus. How much risk do we swallow for entertainment? The island may be props and prosthetics, yet the injuries are chillingly tangible. Bridge. And that sparks South Korea's oldest punishment debate back into flame. Section 8. Capital punishment versus cold storage. 59 convicts currently rot on Korean death row, some for decades. Polls swing toward firing up the gallows every time a child killer dominates headlines, yet presidents keep their pens capped. Human rights groups argue that a century in a 6x8 cell is slow death anyway. So I pose the question to you. Would a noose feel merciful next to 400+ years of concrete, steel, and fading daylight? Final countdown. Deoksu 90, Frontman 105, Sang-woo 80, Junho 3, Kang No-eul 100, Salesman 25, totaling 403 years of iron bars before Season 2 even airs. And that haul could triple once the new episodes spill more blood. I've slammed gavels, stacked centuries, and still barely dented the island's body count. Now it's your turn on the jury bench. Did I swing too soft? Go too hard? Drop your own arithmetic in the comments and smash subscribe so you don't miss my sentencing breakdown the second Season 2 drops, because the next conviction might belong to the hero you're rooting for right now. Court adjourned. The game never is. Ever eat our